Hi, I'm Joe, and welcome to our second episode on Eats and Things. So today we're going to talk about a monster of a chip. And if you give me a couple of seconds, we'll discuss and show you why I call it a monster of a chip.
Apocalypse.
Alright, so why am I calling it a monster? Well, let me tell you this. We're going to start off with Tom's, right? Hot fries. Why is it? This is more of a mutation. You know, maybe it's a putting together, almost like a Frankenstein version of a chip. Why do I say that? Well, because it says right here at the bottom that it's made out of corn and potatoes. Who has ever eaten corn and potatoes? Well, maybe as a side dish, as a trimming, but is it possible to bring two distinct entities and bring them together, mash them together to create a final product? Interesting, wouldn't that be? So, thank you for joining us, and we're gonna explore Tom's hot fries. Ooh, the monster, the mutant, potatoes, and corn. Right? So now we're gonna start off by opening the bag of chips. Alright. And as I open this up, I'm gonna take a whiff at it to see how it smells. You know, hopefully it won't burn any nose hair or anything like that. Ew. It smells kind of spicy, but I don't know if it's spicy because it says it's hot fries, but then underneath it says artificial flavor. So what does that mean? So the thing is it a mutant type of potato chips or potato / corn chips? And well, it's not a chip, it's a fry. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull one out and see how it looks. We're gonna look at the shape and size of this hot fry. Look at that. Ooh. Looks like a French fry. But is it a French fry? Well, what is French fries made of? Potato. But this has a secret ingredient. You know, its DNA molecules was manipulated because they added what? Corn. Ooh. So now we're gonna look at the hardiness. How does it taste? How does it crumble in my mouth? So I'm gonna take a bite and see what happens. Interesting. You know what it feels like, more or less? I'm gonna get another one and just immerse myself with my taste buds. Interesting. It gives me the impression, to begin with, almost like if you're eating a Funyun, if you know that type of potato chips. Not that I'm comparing it, I'm not saying that it's similar, but it has this likeness to it. I'm gonna take another bite out of it. Now, I don't know about the taste. It says it's hot fries. It's not spicy, right? But it does have the color, some sort of redness to some, or a hint of redness. Like it might be fiery. You know, it might be, you know, to the point where it might inflame your tongue, right? It just gets so spicy that you need a glass of water. I'm talking about water because I almost coughed. In my previous episode, I didn't have water. You see? Now I have a bottle of water. Man, eating chips is very dangerous. If you survive through not choking, you know, it's dangerous to your waistline and maybe your high blood pressure and, you know, other stuff, diabetes, right? There you go. So, let me read a couple of ingredients. What gives the flavor? Here we go. Well, one, it says here in the ingredients, to provide the flavor and the coloring, that it, in general, they're spices. Now, what does that mean? It could be anything. Salt. We already know what salt is. Basically, a lot of us, we tend to consume a lot of salt. I'm the type that adds too much salt onto my food. Big no-no, right? Because of the high blood pressure. But anyway, moving on. It has paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, tomato powder, natural and artificial flavor. So I don't see, maybe paprika gives it a flavor. Maybe a hint of spiciness, but it's not really hot. Like a serrano pepper or jalapeno pepper or a habanero pepper or one of those ghost chilies, right? I don't know, so they call it hot. Now, for the ordinary person who's not used to eating spicy food, you know, maybe just a little, you know, dash of this and dash of that of spiciness. So as I was discussing about the spiciness, you know, it's not as hot if you compare it to a serrano pepper or jalapeno pepper or habanero, you know, or the ghost chilies or green chilies. You know, it does have a spiciness, especially afterwards. Not when you take the bite, not when it dissolves onto your tongue and, you know, as you take in the flavor. So therefore, there's a hint of some sort of spiciness, and I think it's the paprika. So I think it's good. I think they could add more spiciness to it, in my opinion. But of course, it's subjective. You know, I think the best thing you can do is buy yourself a bag of Tom's, you know, hot fries and try it out for yourselves. And if you have a difference of opinion, you know, you can always put something under the comments, right, section. Now, the crunchiness is good. The texture is good. I really like it. The only thing is, I think it lacks a little bit of more flavor, the strength of it. Either add more of the I don't want to say the salt, but let's say the garlic or onion, or if not, a little bit more heat to it. So if I were to rate it, 1 being the least and 9 being the most liked or the delicious, I would probably rank this around 3. Okay, like I said, overall the texture, the appearance, the crunchiness, everything's good. The reason I'm giving it a 3 is because of the flavor. If they were just to boost it up, ump it up a little bit, I think there's excuse me, again, a lot of these, some of these particles of this hot fries are getting stuck in my throat. But if they were to make this type of improvement, I think this would be awesome, right? And it reminds me of, you know, like fried onions, or if not, not to bring in the other company or the bag about Funyuns, but there's that likeness or similarity. So I would just say I would recommend it, but my rating would be a 3. It has room for improvement, but when it comes to flavor, everything else, the crunchiness, the texture, the shape, everything looks wonderful. And it just amazes me what just makes me this what brought me to get this bag of chips, you know, the monstrosity, you know, corn and potato. I've never seen that before. So when I was looking around to see what else I would try, this caught my eye. So again, if you have try it out, you know, if you have a difference of opinion or an idea, just write in the comments. With that being said, this is Joe signing off. Thanks for watching.